Now starting, all attendees are in listen-only mode.
Well, good evening, everybody, and good afternoon, good morning. Hello to you all, wherever you are in the world, GWT family. Look, it's my absolute pleasure and privilege to continuing to be the Ambassador of the Month, which I think is now the host of the month. So I'm your host for today's call. Look, we've got a really great call today. We've got Renee Liao and Reza Mezgalu on this call to go over some of the phase 6 changes and introductions, and also just answering all your questions. So yeah, look, it's really exciting time now for this business, and I hope that you've all noticed a big change in people's reactions as you've been presenting the new details on the plan. So without further ado, I'll just introduce the guys to you and we can get started. So Renee Liao actually graduated university in Toronto as a software engineer, worked with IBM and TELUS, and was earning quite a good salary, $80,000 plus salary per year, which is a few years ago now. He was introduced by his sister to GWT and is now the company's youngest millionaire. As a national ambassador, he qualified for the luxury car program, obviously, and drives a prepaid luxury $200,000 Tesla, which is a electric car, P90D apparently. So quite a cool car, lots of torque. He's also the only person to have reached $100,000 a month, and he was amazingly reached that figure with only 7,000 people in his team. So it's an amazing achievement, testament to the compensation plan. His team is now over 16,000 people in 100 countries around the world, and he's happily married with 2 small boys. Bought a $47,000 Ferry Mosh engagement ring for his now wife, and also is just completing his $2 million plus home, which obviously has been funded by the company as well, with his earnings from the company. So an amazing achievement with Renee. Renee is a founding member as well, a shareholder, sits on the company's CEO advisory board, and is also obviously the youngest millionaire in our company. He's also in my five as my mentor and coach, and I'm really happy to have Renee on my team in my business. Reza, as we all know, is related to the CEO. He's Ramin's brother, and he was one of the first people to get involved with the company. Even though he launched his business in 2005, Reza actually didn't do anything with his business until 2008. And then he kicked off as a part-time serious, working weekends and nights in his business while he still had his government job during the day. And within 6 months, he was able to double his income from his government job. By 2009, he was earning $12,000 a month, and within 27 months of being in the business as a part-time serious networker with GWT, his earnings were over $1 million. Reza has also won multiple awards, and as we all know, he's there for everybody. Works his absolute backside off at times, and is very committed as well. So absolute pleasure to welcome both of these 2 guys to the call. Reza and Renee, I'll leave it over to you now if you like, and we can get started.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Rob, for that kind introduction, and just want to say what an honor it is to be able to have this call tonight and be co-training with, of course, my five, my upline, of course, my mentor, my coach, Mr. Reza Mezgalu. So, Reza, are you there with us today?
Yes, I am. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone around the world. We're going to have an awesome dynamite call tonight. Clear all the new releases in phase 6. It's going to be very exciting, Renee.
Oh, yes, it will be. And of course, we actually do have our one and only Senior Vice President of the company, Mr. Nas Human, on the call with us. As most of you have probably seen all over Facebook, she just came back from a jam-packed weekend with the Alberta market, and she actually gave me a phone call today saying that she's just been worked so hard out there, just supporting and giving the love to the team that she actually almost lost all of her voice. So she is on the call for there to answer any questions that we can't. But of course, we want to say again, thank you, Sinesh, for being on the call, and thanks for being there for the Alberta team. They got so much value from you as well, as always. So, okay, so Reza, let's get this thing started here. So today's training will be covering the Phase 6 releases, and the very first one, of course, in the Phase 6, which is, again, the start of momentum, 2 really major new updates. The first one, of course, being zone pricing. So what zone pricing is basically they had decided to make zone pricing unified so that it's actually 50% across the board in all countries. So again, this is basically made it much more simplified so that all of the prices of products outside of Canada are going to be basically 15% additional across the board. In some places it's actually gone down now. In some places before it's actually more than 15%, but now it's 50% across the board. Of course, in Canada, we actually have to pay a thing called tax. So in the end, it's actually all the same in reality speaking, as we do in Canada have to pay, you know, a 13% tax. So pretty much it's about the same. But again, this is, you know, definitely a huge part of the company, and I do believe that our senior VP Sanaz actually wanted to mention a quick few points on this. So let me quickly look for Sanaz or Rob.
I'm right.
Let me find.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, welcome to the call.
Thank you so much, Renee. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or good morning, and hello as well to Reza. So I did want to clarify that this has actually already been in effect for already a couple of weeks. So no one's going to see a change, but of course we're trying to just give everyone an update on the changes or the updates that we've done. And the reason that we did the zone pricing was we wanted to eliminate if you had a downline in a different market that had a different price points. So Renee, just so that it's clear, some markets, although the VAT and duties or the zone pricing is much more, maybe sitting at 30, 40, 60, even 80% for certain European markets, we basically said we're going to keep it across the board the same. So in some markets, it is heavily, heavily subsidized by the company, but because we wanted to make it a uniform pricing for all of you, effective as of a couple of weeks ago, we've made everything 15% across the board. That's what I wanted to add, Renee.
Wow, that's insane, Sanaz. That's incredible. This is how you know, we want to be with our saying of no member left behind, and you know, this just makes our life so much easier, and it makes it so much better for everyone across the board, regardless of the location. That's just unbelievable. So we're ecstatic about that. Thank you, Sanaz, and the corporate.
Absolutely.
And I want to second that because, you know, it's funny, most companies in direct sales, they're so used to having certain products become so much more expensive in certain countries. And again, what the company's always doing here, folks, is making it so simple for us to go and expand our GWT business. So again, thank you so much for that. And so moving on to
Renee,
the next.
Renee, just before you move on, one of the other things as well that all of you need to cover when you're doing your presentations or you're showing this to a new prospect, the fact that we're paying the VAT even for your customers is also huge. So when I was just in Alberta and I was talking about this, I said, how many of you have actually, you know, ordered stuff online and, you know, you come in and you have to pay all these VAT and duties once the product arrives? Well, everyone's hands went up. So this is going to be across the board. Of course, as you guys know, corporately, we take care of all the VAT, duties, value-added tax, and charges. So this is going to be absolutely phenomenal, like you and Reza said. Back to you, Renee.
Well, thank you. And, you know, part of me doesn't even want to know how you guys find the money to cover for this, but I'm not going to ask because, you know, I'm loving it. So thank you so much to the company as well. Okay, so Reza, on to the next one here. I know this is one of your top favorites here, Reza, so why don't you take it away, my friend?
This is incredible. You know, we understood right from the very beginning that, you know, Ferry was 100% points and Posh was half points, half cash, and we always have to explain that almost daily to new members, to not so new members, to the people that waited, I don't know, a year to order anything. I don't know why they would wait a year to order anything, only to come back as a surprise saying, well, how come when I went to order my Posh, you know, he asked me this much points and it wants this much cash. How come the shipping is so expensive? I said, it has nothing to do with shipping. Posh has always been half points, half cash. But now, when this was announced by the CEO, I was like, what? That's incredible. I mean, we've been asking that, is it possible? And we understood that it wasn't possible, or it was very difficult, and now somehow, you know, there's always surprises that gets pulled out of the hat, always new, wonderful, wonderful, you know, things that gets thrown at us. this is out of this world. I know that people are ecstatic. Everyone in the past that's ordered, when they heard this, all ecstatic. So yeah, I mean, what can I tell you? It is 100% IA. I guess from a few days ago going forward, that's incredible. That's awesome. What do you have to say about that, Renee?
Yeah, I think what also happens here, something, Reza, is some people who are brand new just forget sometimes to tell their brand new LC or their prospect that there is this, this half-half rule in the past. And so what happens was sometimes people come back afterwards and say, oh, well, I wasn't told that this was actually the rule. And so again, I think the focus here is just how it's become so much more simple, this business. It's easy. There's no, even if in the past someone forgot to mention it, now they don't have to worry about it because it's going to be 100% IA. So I know that since they launched this, people have been ordering Posh like crazy. So I personally love it. Definitely.
Tell me about it. I see that people are going nuts. There's people that, I don't know, for some reason they accumulate a lot of IA, and when they heard this, they just went crazy. Shopping, they're buying all kinds of great stuff. I mean, the timepiece you have on there, I have both of them, both colors. I mean, it's insane. I paid half, but now it's 100% point. I mean, what else can we ask for better? So.
Exactly. Okay, so a lot more covered tonight, so moving on here. The next one we have here, of course, is the renewal IA rebate. And, again, it's just mind-blowing what the company is doing with these changes here because now, first of all, let me mention that every business has to have an ongoing, expense. If you run a website, you have the monthly domain services, the hosting fee, the annual renewal fees, right? And what's incredible about our company is now when you pay your renewal, you actually get a reward. So again, the IA rebate for paying a renewal, in other words, when you pay your 194 renewal on year 2 and onwards, what's going to happen now is, again, that's supposed to be there because every business has a renewal. But now when you pay it, what happens is the company will give back to you $194 into your inventory account for buying products. So literally it's like a free renewal because what you're paying to renew your business, you're actually getting it back in products. And what's even more crazy, Reza, is the same thing applied for retailers. So the retailer's renewal is not $194, as you know. It's only $69. But even when you pay the renewal for $69, you're also getting a $69 IA rebate. So I mean, this is like, to me, the business is for free because you're getting all these free products for all of the things that should be costing you money for running a normal business. Reza, what's your thoughts on this?
Well, that's something that also, once a year we have to do with this renewal. Some people, I don't know, I always tell people when they launch to read their policies and procedures and make sure to understand, but, unfortunately, many people don't. So when it came to the renewal, number one, going back a little bit, it was $169, $194 across the board to renew. One thing that was dropped was for the renewal for the retailer, okay? It was down to $69, which was wonderful news by itself, but now it is a free renewal because we have to pay this fee for maintenance, our back office, or accounting. I mean, I can find out anything I want about my business through my back office. I mean, how wonderful is that, right? Ongoing basis. Now, that 194 gets put back in my account as a form of an IA, which I can use to purchase more products. So I got a free renewal. Wonderful. I mean, self-explanatory, Renee.
It actually brings back memories for me when, and a lot of people I run into who come from another company always talk about this, which is in other companies, you actually have to pay for a monthly fee for your back office, or you had these renewal fees. And we are the only company now on the planet that, number one, didn't even charge you for a monthly website fee or back office fee. But now when you pay your renewal fee, we're the only company that actually gives you back products for your renewal. So literally, this is insane.
Absolutely.
So.
And I'm going to share another quick little story. I have two Diamond members that was their time up for their renewal recently. And their understanding for some reason was they wanted to renew. I'm like, okay, great, whatever. And they thought that they were paying $35.99. $3,599. I said, no, that's not the renewal. You do that once. Renewal is an ongoing maintenance of your website and your back office and your shopping cart and so on and so forth. Now that I tell them that they're going to get back in the high rebate, they're just ecstatic.
I mean, even without the IA rebate, it's 194 for like a mega business like this, right? So, okay, well, we can spend all day talking about this and how cool it is. Like, a lot more to cover here. So, Reza, of course, this has got to been one of the top highlights of the call a few weeks back ago, and it's still in circulation. Still, everyone's talking about it. You know, again, Reza, what in the world is this 7-day getaway, please?
This is out of this world. I mean, this company continues on giving and giving and giving and giving, and just like you mentioned, I have no idea how they do it. And I'm not going to question it either, even though I have questioned it in the past as a shareholder. But, you know, I have a full trust in our corporate, in our CEO or SVP that we're running this company, and basically they know where the money's coming from. So, you know, when they came with this, it was like, what? And, you know, when you hear something and you don't really believe, and you question it and you question and question it, well, it's as simple as I see, folks. You become a diamond member, okay? You become a diamond member either immediately by paying for it or paying for it within 30 days. You get that 7-day challenge, which is a getaway for 2, not 1, for 2 in 3,000 locations across the world. And from what I hear, if you're that couple that has 2 children, the accommodation is for 2 adults and 2 children. So this is just insane. My phone has been buzzing. My phone has been dying on the batteries. Messages been pouring. People, just like much like ourselves, they could not believe it. So they have to ask me, so what's the catch? Like, seriously, what's the catch? Well, there's no catch. Anyone that becomes a diamond, either immediately or pays for the upgrade within 30 days, gets that free, you know, 7-day getaway. But what was really, you know, even more mind-boggling of what was also available to the existing members. So Renee, you take that part.
Oh my God, you know, Reza, this is insane because usually when a promotion is launched, most companies launch it just for the new people coming on board. But, you know, our CEO has this culture that's always been there from day one. That culture has been no member left behind. And, you know, of course, the LCG group had all these questions, you know, asking the CEO, will this be available to the people who are currently not diamonds, who might have joined a year, 2, 10 years ago? And, of course, you know, because our CEO's culture is no member left behind, not only did he make this crazy promotion, he made it available to all of the previous people, of course, from, you know, from many years ago. And, you know, I have to mention one quick thing here that, again, point of reference, right? Folks, you know, when I got started and when Reza got started, we didn't have this insane 7-day getaway. We didn't have this. All we had was the products. So you really have to understand that this is a monumental promotion because now, I mean, I'm looking at some of these photos here, and that looks like Great Wolf Lodge, where I spent like over thousands of dollars staying just for, you know, 3 nights. And now you're getting a 7-day getaway for 2 adults and 2 children. And again, it applies to all the previous people. So speaking of the previous people, I believe on the next slide, a few more details here to cover really quickly in terms of what to say and what not to say. Number one, very important, folks, it's a getaway. So don't say it's a vacation because vacation kind of implies there might be, you know, food and beverages and flights and all that stuff, right? This is a getaway, okay? So it's accommodations only. So it is not an all-inclusive. Very important that you don't promote this the wrong way and cause, you know, and set the wrong expectations. So again, it's accommodations only. It's not all-inclusive. And again, the value is between $1,500 to $2,000 depending on the season and the location. So again, there's no cash value, so you can't go and redeem cash for this. You have to use it towards your accommodations, and the value is between $1,500 to $2,000, again, depending on the season. And again, final point, you know, all locations are subject to daily availability changes. So again, it's not like they always have rooms available. You want to book it as soon as you know you're going somewhere. But again, you know, whether it's Greece, whether it's 7 nights in Australia, 7 nights in Tahiti, there's 3,000 different locations spread across the world here. Again, folks, I mean, this is something that me and Reza never got, you know, 9, 10 years ago. And so this is a huge, 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 you know, bonus for all the new people coming aboard and the previous people who are not diamonds yet. So Reza, you want to add anything to the slide right now?
Well, you know, it's something that I know a lot of people, when they, like, I mean, there's many things we did not have in the past, and yet we built it. There's many, 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 many things we did not have. As a matter of fact, it cost me $4,700 Canadian to launch my mall. I know it was in US dollars and so on. I mean, there's been so much, it's been getting so much better, so much easier, and Santa's been coming around every month of the year or a different time of the season, so it's like unbelievable. I mean, there's a lot of people that could never, you know, they have to work a whole year and trying to plan a trip somewhere or trying to plan a vacation somewhere. Now, not only they start their own business, to also give a gift of such. This is incredible. I mean, everyone, I've not seen anyone yet that I've done a tour for since the introduction, which has only been a few days, that has said that is no, like, you know, that they're not interested. Every one of them said they're in, they want to get, because of this, just the one simple promotion alone. So yes, my suggestion is everybody to get out there. Don't try to oversell it, but get out there and share your opportunity with people. And when it comes to the closing, you talk about these promotions that we're talking about, I'm telling you, it's a done deal. So use it wisely, use it frequently, get it out there as often as you can, do a tour, and I tell you, these promotions make it so much easier for you, and everyone, if you've done a property, will launch their mall.
And, you know, I just want to add that, you know, our ambassador Ronan Trufant from Australia, you know, he always loves to mention how, you know, most families want to travel at least once a year. And they're going to spend thousands of dollars on accommodations. And here we have it. It's really understand this, folks. You're getting a diamond package here. You're getting $3,600 worth of value of products on the website. You're going to have the ability to build time and freedom, to have time with, you know, your family, your faith, of course, money to enjoy life a lot better. On top of all of this, you're getting a 7-day getaway. So again, you know, unbelievable. So again, it's for new paid diamond emails. Will receive a getaway code. Okay, so what's going to happen here again is it's for one person and companion, and up to 2 kids, age 11 and under. Okay, so unfortunately you cannot bring your 35-year-old son. Okay, it's for one person and companion and 2 kids to a 7-night of resort accommodations. Okay, 1 room based on double occupancy. All right, and of course at one of 3,000 3.5-star resorts across the world, including Canada, USA, Mexico, Caribbean, South America, Africa, Asia, Europe, and Australia. I mean, folks, this pretty much go anywhere in the world you want to go to here. Flights, again, food and beverage are not included, but all-inclusive packages can be purchased. So again, you can always decide to go and upgrade yourself to different kind of levels afterwards. Okay, so
it's pretty much Renee, like the cruise that you go on. For those of you that have been on a cruise, that you've been on a, let's say, after many times I book a hotel or resort or something, and when I get there, I feel like I want to have a presidential suite, or I want to have an upgraded room, or I want to have added to my pack. So that's pretty much the same thing. So you get what Renee mentioned, and once you get there, if there's other things that needs to be added, or you know beforehand, that needs to be added, you want to add it, you can do so. But I mean, 3,000 locations, I have people asking me, do you know where these 3,000 locations are? I'm like, I have no clue. I know the name of the countries they mentioned, and I know we're talking about 3,000, not 3, that I need to know right away. So don't really worry about that when you're presenting it. Just present it as it is. 3,000 locations across the world, and some of the examples, some of the countries. And you know what? That's something that you want to focus on. Don't focus too much on, oh, okay, I'll find out if they have them in, I don't know, somewhere in Alaska or something like that.
Yeah, we're not travel agents here, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the other thing as well is that we're going to put them in touch with a professional travel agency that's going to, you know, give them the location. So let's say, you know, someone calls and says, I want to book somewhere in Greece. Our travel agent will, in fact, send them a couple of locations with different star resorts, and, you know, like you heard, is for 3.5-star and up to 5-star, 3,000 locations. These are resort-style getaways. So it's not staying at the Sheraton, or it's not staying at the Hilton, but it's staying at like resorts, you know, in Tremblant, for example, in Canada, or in Blue Mountain, you know, close to Toronto. So these are the type of getaways that one of the other things I wanted to reiterate, Reza and Renee, was that we want to get them into the business because of the business. What we also don't want to do is we don't want to oversell them on a vacation or a getaway to try to promote them to get into the business. So I think that's really important. This is just a great incentive to be able to utilize. And Renee, even when you go onto the slides, you'll get a chance to see if, you know, you wanted to go away with your mom and dad and they wanted to bring their 35-year-old son with them, they can do that as well. There's a little fee for it, but it can be done.
Okay,
all right, I'll let you continue.
My parents just joined Diamond. They're bringing me along now. Okay, I'm actually 35 years old. But again, you know, folks, you know, the main message I think that you're hearing here is, you know, it's free. So you can't go free. So on to the next slide here. So again, you know, who gets it? Once again, brand new Diamond emails, okay, as of August the 17th, okay? Or people who might have started at a lower package, maybe they were gold, Palladiums, or retailers, who then upgrade their email to the Diamond, paying the difference in their first 30 days, okay? So they have to pay the difference in the upgrade to Diamond. If that is done within 30 days, again, they also qualify for the 7-day getaway. And not only that, but also for limited time only, any LC who upgrades their email to Diamond. So you could have been a Palladium, a gold, a retailer from many years ago. You have until September the 17th to upgrade by paying the difference to Diamond, and guess what? You will still qualify for this amazing 7-day getaway. So I mean, Reza, isn't that cool how, again, no member left behind here, right?
Well, you know what, Renee? This is the last part I want to really touch on, is this. For those of you that don't know, hopefully the CEO is not on this call, but we really went to war for you guys. I mean, as if they didn't give us enough, but then again, you never know what you're going to get unless you ask. So initially, it's going to be for new promotions, new so on and so forth. Then our CEO said, you know what, if people that launch within the last few days or whatever, we'll make it available to them. Then, you know, being as kind as he is, and our, I guess, suggestion, driving them nuts to see, you know, if can we make this available, board, like, wide open for everybody. And believe me, this is something that's pure loss as a company, as a CEO, as the owners or whatever. And you know what, to all our shocks, no member left behind. He made it available to absolutely everybody. But like Renee said, there is a 30-day time period, September 17th. So if you're sitting on this call, if you have people that are not on this call, if you have people that launched and the cool up, whatever, or people that are building, this is like, you have to be a Diamond anyways. You have to become a Diamond anyways, because it's ludicrous to get paid $130,000 a year when you can cash in $1.56 million. So everybody will upgrade. So what better time than to do this? The 30-day window has been given. So whatever you must do, whatever you have to do, make sure not only you do this, but you make sure all your team members, you owe that to them. Pick up the phone, call them, find them, email them, text them, whatever you have to do to let them know at least of what is available to them right now until September the 17th. Because you don't want to have angry people, upset people, people that come, that happens all the time, I don't know why. A day after this is all over, or 2 days after when a promotion's over, oh, I never knew about it, I didn't hear about it, I had banking problems, I had this and I had that. Look, you have plenty of time. September the 17th, make sure everybody takes advantage of this, okay? That is my word of advice. Make sure you owe it to your people. Get out there, go to your genealogy, go to your back office, go to your contact list, everyone that's there, whether retailer or gold, to know and find out about this unbelievable, insane opportunity. So back to you, Renee.
Thank you so much, Reza. Again, you know, folks, I mean, the company sends out emails. They, you know, they have emails in your back office. So again, but you know, on top of that, though, do your team a favor and hit the phones, like Reza said, because the last thing we want is someone coming back to us on when the promotion is done, say, "Oh, I never heard about that," right? So again, your responsibility, anyways, as if you have people in your team and you launch them to the business, is you're responsible for them. So you know, hit the phones and let your people know. So next slide here again, just some more details here is for the traveler info. The primary traveler, okay, which is the getaway holder, so whoever is actually on as a Diamond member, the name out there, must be 21 years of age or older, holding a valid local ID, with a major credit card.
Renee, you don't see the next slide. You have another slide, you said?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I actually had to pause. Sorry about that, Reza. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, so for the primary traveler, again, the getaway holder, that's the person who actually lodged as a Diamond, or, who upgraded to Diamond. And so, of course, must be 21 years of age or older, holding a valid local ID, with a major credit card, again, MasterCard or Visa, with travel documents like an actual passport, okay? So for the companion, it could be anyone in relation to the primary traveler. So it doesn't have to be necessarily, a spouse. It could be like your mom. It's just in relation to you, okay? Any age, again, with valid travel documents, okay? So if you don't have a passport and you want to go somewhere out of the country, well, guess what? You got to make sure you have your passport, okay? And of course, for children who are 12 and older, so again, if you do have children who are older than 12, it's only $75 each, okay, for those children. Additional kids are $100. Again, valid travel are required. And if you want to bring additional adults, again, it's an additional $100 per adult traveler. So now I think one question people are going to be asking here, is it $100 each per night, or is it going to be, for the whole 7 days? Would you have that answer off the hand, Snaz?
Hi, Renee. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you for taking the questions here.
Yep, absolutely. So much the same like you're booking the adults, just in case, someone wants to go on a trip, they want to bring their nanny, they want to bring maybe their children that are a little bit older that are considered adults. It's considered, basically the rate is the $100 for the 7-day getaway.
Oh, that is absolutely incredible.
Insane. I know, right? By the way, a lot of these trip prices that we have, they are heavily negotiated. These were not all the original rates. And one thing I do want to reiterate for all of our luxury consultants and for everyone to know, this is not a timeshare, so you're not going there and sitting through a timeshare. This is not that you have to pay all these ridiculous fees, but this is actually and legitimately a 7-day getaway at an amazing resort. And going on to the future slides, of course, you're going to be working with a travel agent that's going to take care of all your booking needs. So I'll pass it back to you, Renee.
And just one final question that I can kind of foresee coming up. I was going to ask it since we're here right now, Sinaz, is so, is there any limit to how many additional travelers can come with you? Would it be 4, 10, another room gets opened up? Do you know how that works by any chance?
And there's another question as well.
Sure.
How long do they have to use this getaway?
Yeah, so 2 questions. In the next slide, I actually share that. So the first question for what Reza said, they have basically 2 years to use the trip. And if once you go to the next slide, Renee will give you a little bit more information you could read on from that. And I've covered more points than just the 2 years. But when it comes to the adults, you have to remember that most rooms are based on what's already paid by us is based on a double occupancy and 2 children, unless it's basically you're getting a room with 2 double beds and you're getting, maybe like you don't have 2 younger kids, you have older kids, and you're paying the 100 fee. So basically what we've done is we've taken into consideration if a couple wants to go and they want to bring their younger children with them, under 11 it's covered. Over 11 there's going to be fees, and if they're considered adults, that they're over 18 and they want to do a family getaway, then they're considered to be an adult. So I'm going to say quad occupancy, so basically 4 people at the maximum per room, because then once you start to go more, then you have to pay additional fees.
Well, I love how the fact that the company is already sort of looking out for us, knowing that sometimes you might want to have 4 adults versus 2 adults and 2 kids, and you can actually have 4 adults go by paying an extra $200 essentially. So that's absolutely incredible. Yeah, so Reza, you want to take away how it works?
Well, basically, you're talking about the Diamond email, right?
Yes, yes. The current slide with the new Diamond emails, a 10-day cooling period.
Yeah, well, it's always been you launch your Diamond email, 10-day cooling period does not apply for the upgrades, okay? So whoever's upgrading will not have that option, and basically a button will appear in the dashboard to redeem getaway. That is something that I'm yet to see myself, but I'm sure we're going to be, when we launch new members, we're going to see that. Go ahead, Sinez.
Let me cover this part, right, because, again, I apologize. I was supposed to do these slides, but due to my voice, these gentlemen are taking over. But basically, the way it's going to work is, when you launch or your brand new LCs launch or if they upgrade, much the same like in your back office, you say download BIF here. We're going to have a button in your back office and it says redeem getaway. So you're going to get a chance to go into your back office, redeem your getaway. The code will not appear right in your back office for security reasons, but you will receive an email within 48 hours with a code. Now, remember, this code is very important that you receive in your email because that code is worth $1,500 to $2,000. And the reason we didn't put it in the back office is we considered the fact that many of you, your downlines, your uplines, your sidelines, which they shouldn't, do have access to your back office. So for security reasons, we've actually, once you press the button that you want to redeem it, and you do receive your code, and then basically the code will come in an email format. Then, of course, you're going to be able to follow the instructions, be able to register the code, and plan your getaway. And from the time that you register your code, the code will be active for 2 years from the time you receive it and you activate it. So that's very important. And whoever's name you're registering the codes under, so let's say you're the LC, and you want to bring your spouse, or you want to bring your boyfriend or your girlfriend, or you want to go, you're a gal and you want to bring your girlfriend, you can pretty much bring anyone that you want with you at the end of the day. Once you register their names, it is not transferable anymore. And if we can go to the next slide, we can clarify a little bit more of that.
Okay, it was one quick thing here, so again, just to clarify, where it says does not apply for upgrades, I believe that just means after the 30 days is done, again, it will not apply then, correct?
Yeah, what that means is that anyone who's a brand new LC launching their email, they of course have a 10-day cooling off period, so they're going to receive their code after the 10-day cooling off period. Anyone who's already an existing LC doesn't have a 10-day cooling off period, so the button will appear for them right away. They don't have to wait for the 10 days.
Ah, got it. Okay, I see. Thank you. Yeah, so on the next slide, you were mentioning the points from the previous slide.
Exactly. So the getaway is basically 24 months. It's active for 2 years, so you have ample time to be able to travel. All travelers must have a valid ID, and of course they must have a valid passport to be able to travel. So if they're children, they must be in your passport or have their own to be able to, of course, travel. You need to pay a $100 deposit. That's basically for a registration. And once you are going to travel, that's refundable. So Reza, Renee, this is so much similar to the cruise that we did. If you remember, we took a deposit to make sure that people were going to show up. And then upon it, they basically got a refund. So this is basically a booking fee that's refundable. And again, this was originally negotiated by us. It was much higher, and they were going to keep it. But we basically said, no, if they're going to show up, you refund it back to them. And so that is only a booking fee. And of course, once they redeem it, once they get their code, once they do the registration, a travel agency that we're working with will call them, will do the booking, will email them, we'll send them tons of options, if they want to go to Greece or if they want to go to Italy, asking them, what are you looking for? Are you looking for waterfront? Are you looking for kids friendly? Are you looking for all adult resort? So they'll have a professional travel agent that's going to work with them in order to be able to get them their special getaway.
Wow, and folks, you heard before that this company that we're working with for this travel portion of it is an A+ rated company on the Better Business Bureau. So that's just absolutely phenomenal.
And Renee, another thing as well, this company, I mean, we did tons of research to find a company that was going to be credible, but remember, we are still working with a third-party company. But one of the things that we loved about the company is that they've been in business for 21 years. They are a Canadian company based in Vancouver. They do have a AAA rating. They specialize in getaways, anything from cruises to all expenses, trip getaways. So they are a travel agency that is a one-stop shop. And since flights are not included, and the getaway is only the accommodation, they will even organize and book all of your flights for you. So you will have a travel agent that's going to do all of your work for you as well.
Wow, like a one-stop shop. This is absolutely incredible. Okay, well, I'm sorry to have you keep talking here. We'll take over here and give you a bit of a break here as well. How tired you are. So on to the next slide here. Okay, so now we are talking about the PV culture training. So again, folks,
just before you go there, I do want to add one last thing, and then I think everything else is pretty self-explanatory. I wanted to let all the LCs know as well, Renee, that one of the things that we are going to do in the prospecting pack, we are in the process of creating an amazing brochure so that when you're sitting down with a prospect and you're going over the survey, you're going to have over the application, you're going over all the media accolades, you're also going to have this 7-day getaway brochure perk to try to explain the diamond package a little bit easier and what the advantages are of becoming a diamond. So around this amazing promotion that we have, we're also going to create some crazy tools for you guys to have a lot of fun with. Back to you.
I can't wait till we have that new that getaway as part of the processing pack. So thank you so much for that. All right, so moving along into the next portion of tonight's training is the PV culture training. So again, the new GWT culture of sell, sell, sell. And so Reza, why don't you take it away with the new GWT culture?
Well, we have product line that people see, people like, and people want. And you know what? What's always been in the world of direct sales, let's get directly to it. It's always been pay to play, right? Basically, people would come, they had zero desire for their products, or if they thought they did quickly, they found out there's nothing special about their juice or shake or cookies or muffins or whatever they're selling. And, they just, month over month, this thing called auto ship, they bought it and they left it in the garage in their basement and gifted or just handed it out to people for the, they just did what they needed to do in order to, get paid and build their business and so on and so forth. With us, it is the products that myself firsthand, I can tell you, I can never have enough products. I can never have enough points to buy the products that I want. Right now, if I wanted to get everything that I personally want, and I'm a guy, guys, for ladies, there's always been a big, huge selection. For guys, started becoming a big selection in the recent years. I mean, amazing stuff that, we have a hard time shaking our head at which one do I want. When I went to the showroom, I couldn't make up my mind what I wanted, so I ordered all 9 pairs of the shoes that was in the display. I simply couldn't decide which ones I want. I want all of them. So I got all of them, and to make things worse, they brought more shoes. Now I want all of them again. I could never possibly have enough, product myself. So that's one area. But the other area is before, what we did was we sold, we made money, we sold, we bought, that's great, we use our points and all that, and so on and so forth. But we could never basically make our way out of diamond. Now, basically, I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself or not, but you can actually sell your way to becoming a diplomat. You can sell your way to become an ambassador, okay? This is what's unbelievable. I mean, we have people we personally know that are doing retail in the thousands, sometimes $10,000, $15,000 in retail. I'm not going to talk about the ones that sold Ferry Marshall, they sold big items, or they sold, I'm talking about people that are out there selling handbags and our beautiful, gorgeous product line that we have. And before they sold, they made money, but they could not advance to a, say, diplomat or ambassador, but we could now. So what we want to do is we want our people to focus on retail sales for quick profits. A lot of different reasons. Number one, you sell, you get paid today, right? You sell today, tomorrow, it goes to your back office and you get paid like everyone else would. The the following week. So this is what we want people to focus on. We have visual products, okay, and people, when they see it, they either like it or they don't. And since we have non-stop addition to our product line, 1,500 different pieces, and they're all beautiful and gorgeous, basically, you know, it's not hard. If they don't like one, there's 1,500 other ones to choose from, and, you know, this is where the PV basically it starts to really count towards someone advancing themselves to a diplomat or an ambassador. So if there's something else you want to add to that part, Renee, go ahead, please.
No, thank you, Riz. Just to, again, to remind people, you know, one of the reasons why the company is really wanting to shift a lot more focus in rewarding people who retail products is because, you know, in the past, a lot of people made some serious income in selling products. And however, they might have got a little bit sidetracked or perhaps confused because they might have met some other sort of top leader, and that top leader might have their focus might have been more in the team building side of things. And we want everyone in the company today to understand that the culture of GWT, you know, is definitely, you know, selling your products is that's direct sales. That's a home-based business, and we want to actually recognize the people out there who are doing a lot of retail sales, and of course encourage them, and also allow them to achieve these amazing ranks like diplomat and ambassadors. So, you know, definitely, all we're saying here is that we want to make sure that the culture is not to you know, just for building a team, but of course to focus on retail sales, because that's what direct sales is really all about. So on to the next slide here, Rez. For those of you who aren't really sure what PV means versus CV, PV, again, is personal volume, is basically personally generated sales, okay? And there's a few different things that count for PV, or personal volume. One of them is your monthly IA, so your monthly inventory account. As you're putting money into your monthly IA, and let's say you're topping up. So let's say you want to buy this $1,000, you know, item, and you only have, let's say, 700 currently available in your IA. Well, if you top it up by buying the 3 extra, you know, IA, that also counts as personal volume. As well as that is a VIP retail customers. So if you have VIP accounts, you know, for example, in a diagram here, there's you, and you might have, I believe it's 10 VIP clients right here. Well, guess what? As these 10 VIP clients are buying things off of your website, guess what? Retail sales for these customers count for you as personal volume, okay? And don't forget, aside from the personal volume, you're also earning up to 67% retail profit over and over again as these clients are repeating to buy off of your website, right, off of their VIP accounts, okay? And of course, last but not least, your additional monthly product purchases and sales. So if you actually have additional, you know, monthly product purchases, you know, or sales happening, again, through these customers, it's going to earn you, again, more PV. Whereas with CV, CV is actually what stands for commissionable volume. It's actually sales generated by the other LCs in your team. So it's not what you're doing, it's what the team is doing. Okay, so over here, example, here's you. Again, we already covered the VIP retail clients. Over here we have, again, your left team and your right team in the binary system, the left team, right team. And again, these are the other LCs in your team. And luxury consultant sales give you commissionable volume, or CV, and again, it pays you 8% down to infinity. Okay, so again, just 2 different ways to generate income, but the main focus here is to understand that, hey, you know what, if you're having a blast selling retail, you know, we should be buying and selling products. We should be buying products and gifting it to all of our prospects to promote our business. We should be buying and selling all the time, okay? And again, the point here is that all PV will accumulate towards incentives and rewards, which Reza is going to cover on the very next slide here. But Reza, any other quick few points here before we go on?
Well, basically, the emphasis here is this. Number one, we have products that people want. So if we're creating retail, VIP retail accounts, retail clients, what we want to do is we want to make sure we follow up with these people. We want to make sure we feature some products and we send them, and did you hear about the new release? Did you hear about our new automatic watches? We want to make sure we take care of our clients. It's just like any other business. Once you have a business, whatever that may be, You're going to want to advertise. You're going to want to send flyers out. You're going to want sometimes email. I know I get emails from a lot of retailers I deal with, whether it's the place where I buy my suit, they send me cards, special this month of September, and special back to school, special coming out of school. I mean, they have all kinds of stuff to constantly follow up with me. So your people, your VIP clients are buying stuff. The question is, are they buying from you? And if they're not buying from you, why not? Because we have such a vast selection and some amazing prices and the quality that goes with it. It's our job to make sure these VIPs are followed up with. These VIPs are aware of the specials or whatever it is that we want to present to them. And if we do that properly, not only we make a lot of money up front, but also our team will do the same thing. And you know what? Because that's where the CV kicks in. When the whole culture becomes, hey, we have product that people want, and we need to cater to them, then you will see a massive, massive boost, not only in the money that you make up front by retailing, but by CV, which Renee explained.
Right, and I think one of the things here at Res as well is that a lot of their, if they don't have previous experience in building a team, but they would have had such a great experience and success in retailing, we don't want to shift their focus entirely to building a team. That can come later. So again, I think the culture should be, you want to get started, you want to buy and wear products. You need to be a product of the product, to wear the products, to promote the product. So number one is buy and wear. Number two is buy and sell. So aside from wearing products for yourself, you also want to sell the products by doing a home party, a trade show, or handing out catalogs, right? So buy and wear, buy and sell, and of course, buy and gift it. Every year you're buying gifts anyways for Christmas and holidays and birthdays and anniversaries and et cetera, et cetera. Well, instead of buying gifts from the stores that promoting the stores does you no good, you want to buy gifts and gift it as a promotion expense, right? So now you're actually turning your gift shopping that you would have done into a form of action that's promoting your own business. So again, buy and wear, buy and sell, buy and promote, and buy and gift. All right, so on to the next slide here is some new promo tools. So again, the company is constantly, again, what's really incredible is that in my last company in the past in network marketing, it was very hard to get promo items from the company, and oftentimes, we're trying to create our own tools. What's remarkable about Global Wealth Trade is that they're constantly launching new flyers, new posters, new ads, and new tools, in this particular case for the Post Tour. So Reza, can you cover the new prospecting pack?
Well, I saw this the other day, and I ordered a ton of it for myself because this pack is so complete. It's so professional and so beautiful that, you know what, every LC must have these in their ammunition. Okay, all new promotional packages basically is a way to bring credibility to what you're saying to a new prospect. I mean, not a lot of people, some people I know, they never have any tools. They don't have any gift certificates. They don't have any application, survey. They don't have anything to back up what they're saying to a new prospect. Now, whether this new prospect knows you or doesn't know, it doesn't matter. This pack is so professionally put together, of highest quality, that when you pull that out, and after you have the conversation with the prospect, right there and then, really your job is done. What's in this pack is it's so full. Basically, you have that beautiful thing that you see over there, what holds all the promotional materials in it. It's got the compensation plan booklet. That's something that everyone should have, because I know most people are not comfortable by breaking down the comp plan. This booklet has it all in there. Look it over, learn it, master it, and it's not difficult. You can literally go over it with your prospect. Media accolades booklet. I mean, I know the amount of accolades we've got over the years. I cannot possibly remember all this. I could not. So I'm trying to remember the top of my head this, which is plenty. But then again, when I have it in front of them, that brings credibility to what I say, as well as me not having to trust my memory of what the accolades are. This just blows them away. The survey, 90% plus of people at tours in some markets do not have surveys or application forms with them, as if they didn't believe that the prospect is going to launch. But the survey is Survey is actually a must. Whether they're going to launch or not, that survey is going to help the new prospect make their decision by us helping them filling up the survey. So this is a must. You got to have that. And more importantly, the gift certificates. I've had people that leaving the tour in whatever market, and my question to them is, like, obviously I'm trying to see if they launch or they didn't launch, if they have any question before they leave. I see them leaving, so I intercept them and did you launch? No, not yet. Why didn't you launch? What's hold? I just have to think about it, look it over, this and that. I said, well, let me ask you a question. Let me answer questions. And then the very last thing, if they must leave, I ask them, did you get your gift certificate? They're like, no, I didn't. All of a sudden, they're like, ooh, someone didn't give me a gift certificate? All of a sudden, as if they didn't believe they were going to get one. So I bring him back to the person who invited them. I'm like, did you give this gentleman or this young lady their gift certificate? And they're like, well, I don't have it with me, but I'm going to get it to them tomorrow. See, so this is a must. This package is a must. Maybe Sanaz can add a little bit to that if there's something that I missed.
Right, and while we're waiting for her to come to the line here, just to add a quick few points. Oh, I think she's back.
Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm with you guys the whole time. I just don't have a voice. No, I think you guys covered a lot of it because, one of the things that I always do as well with a new prospecting pack, I actually taught this in Alberta, and I know a lot of our leadership core do this. This is also a great pack for you to give to people to take home. Because, a lot of times, how many times have you sat in front of a prospect and they say, well, I want to review it with my spouse. I want to take home some information and read it over. Do you have something for me to take home? Well, now imagine being able to give them the application form, the media accolades, the 7-day getaway, the compensation plan. Now they can thoroughly, go over it, and you don't just give it to them. You follow up within 24 hours and you say, I'd love to come and follow up and sit down with you and your spouse to go over this package together. Once you reviewed it together, which day works for you, Monday or Tuesday? And that way, within 24 to 48 hours, you're following up, and hopefully if they didn't launch with you that first night, with your follow-up within 24 to 48 hours, now they are ready to launch. And of course, our CEO always used to tell me when I first launched with him and started working with him, he said the tools of the company are what creates systems and duplication. The tools of the company is what makes the company look professional with what we have. Because that brand new person that's looking at your business is looking, can I do this? And if they have all the tools that they need, then they're going to feel absolutely, I can do this. Back to you guys.
Sanaz, thank you, Sanaz, for that, because going back to my start of my career in direct sales, network marketing, any good program, any good company, or any legitimate company I went to, they always sent me home with something. And we have people asking always when they want to leave, is there something I can take so I can study later or share with my spouse or my partner or whatever? And you know what, if you have nothing to give them, then you know what, it's just, some wasted time really. So yeah, it's absolutely a must, that we all have these available in multiple binders and, so on, so we can give it to our prospects to take home.
Yeah, and so to add a quick few things that I've seen as well happen in the past is where, there's a meeting happening and the LC is asked, well, can you explain to me more of how the actual plan works and how does the compensation plan work, right? And I've seen people try to somehow through audio talking explain the comp plan. And one thing that you have to remember here, folks, is that most people are visual learners. And so if you're not able to draw these fancy circles and explain a comp plan, which again is really time consuming, even for myself, I love using this whole package because the comp plan, all the examples, week 1, week 2, week 3, how does the money work, different kinds of ways they make it, it's all there for you visually. And so when you actually, for me, I have really bad writing, by the way. If you ever saw my writing with circles and stakes, I always get worried that they go home with that piece of paper, can they actually read it when they get home? So again, having a professional booklet, the whole saying, you want to dress the way you want to be addressed, well, you just want them to become prepared how you want to be seen for your professionalism in the business, right? So But again, having it very visual, and again, just to back up and really to second the point with the application form or survey, I had a meeting one time where I actually had the person, go through the survey, and I put the application form actually under the survey, and I had to run to the washroom. Well, guess what? I went to the washroom, came back out. By the time I came out, the person had already moved on from the survey and was already filling out the application form themselves. So again, sometimes if you don't have the form there with you, the person you're with might already be ready to get started, but they didn't know the next steps. So again, you can actually save yourself a lot of time here by having all this together. And again, I love the fact that the media accolades is so visual. It covers all the celebrities, media, magazines. So, if you're in this business and you're serious about making a true change in your lifestyle, and you understand that this tool itself, every single one of your prospects that come with you to a meeting have to walk out with one of these things. It's a must.
I agree 100%, Renee, 100%.
All right, so I think we really drilled the point on this one here, Reza. On to the next slide here. Again, use it as a giveaway after the tour. And again, include your business card so they can call you, right? So if you have someone that you met through an ad or, a posting on a local newspaper, for example, you want to make sure that you also include your business card. And if you actually open up the actual folder, when you open it up, on one of the inner pockets on the inside where you put the actual material into has a slot where you can actually stick in your business card professionally. So again, make sure you have your business cards as well too. Okay, so and on to the next slide here, Reza, of course, is the composition plan booklet. We kind of already covered this. But again, if you're not going to be good at drawing circles and sticks and explaining all the numbers, and again, if you have bad writing like I do, you want to make sure that you have this. So definitely, again, it's part of your booklet. Make sure you have this because it'll save you so much time. And of course, sometimes people just want to go home and think things over, and they want to review the things that you talked about. So again, if you don't have this prospecting path they go home with, and they want to look at the numbers again, but you don't have this in there, you're losing valuable time that could be used to help your prospect get more excited into the business because you didn't have it there for them, right? So any other quick points here, Reza, before we carry on?
I think we covered it very good. It's a must-have.
Yep, okay.
Two things I do want to cover, gentlemen, is that both the prospecting pack and the comp plan are both available for purchase for the past couple of weeks in your back office. So if you are interested in getting these packages, just log on to your website tonight, place an order, and we'll get it out to you right away.
Thank you,
That's
Saz.
fantastic. Thank you, Saz. Okay, and just to sort of cover off with tonight is just the events, and these are not just any kind of event. These are the must-attend events in the next few months. So again, must attend because if you're serious about your business, every single one of the top earners in this company, and weekly consistent earners, they have never ever missed these events in the company. So Reza, what's the first biggest upcoming event for 2016?
Well, this is our famous, I call it summer event, but it's really not a summer event, it's a fall event. The conference, we had it last year and the year before, and you know what, it's jam-packed with valuable information, training from the best, the CEO, SVP, and other leaders. It's just absolutely do not miss event. We know the excitement it creates. We know the people from all different parts of the world get to reconnect, get to meet each other if you haven't met each other already. And you know what? It's 3 days that you definitely want to book and make sure that you are there. It's again, it's at International Plaza, October 13th, 14th, and 15th. So put it on your calendar. If you're local, what I mean local, I mean Canada, United States. You definitely have no excuse but to be there. That's just a must. And we see that all the time. Like you said, weekly, the magic was the earners are the ones that take these things seriously and show up there. I've seen people carpool from 14-hour away, 15-hour away. They drive to come there. I've seen people fly from across the continent. So this is very, very, very important. The highlights of that 3-day event is the full day of forensic training, in-depth product training as well by Saz Human, SVP, and new product releases. we had a little sneak idea or peek or whatever you like to call it of the new products that's going to be released. And you know what? As well as some announcements. I know not all announcements were released. We already know that. And this is something that's going to be announced. If you guys think you heard some great stuff with the Phase 6, wait till you get to this conference. Wait till you are there in person to get full training, full day training, forensic training. I'm the kind of person I have a hard time sitting in one place for too long. At the forensic, I'm glued to my chair in the back. Okay? It is that good. And it's not my first or second time. I've never missed a forensic. Never. I have never missed it, and I will never miss it. It's that good. As a matter of fact, we're doing one tomorrow for the very first time. We're doing one tomorrow at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, Ottawa, Toronto time, for our Persian-speaking audience around the world. It is that good, and you know what? People can't wait. So this is something that for us, our GWT members, want to make sure that we're there for this. The product training, again, this is very crucial to your business, to your growth, to your knowledge, to what you deliver to your prospects. If you come across as just another jewelry business, just another shoe business or watch business, they're going to come across as, okay, this is the product that's like anything else. They have their own design. No, this is something that's a must attend. You need to be present to learn these things firsthand from the SVP herself, okay? And you know what? Like I said, software and comp plan updates. We have our CTO, I believe, Nanette Chalma, who's in charge of this, and I know all the crazy stuff that he's been working with his IT department, what they've been doing, what they're working on around the clock. They're always working around the clock, these guys, the poor guys, because just when you're getting comfortable with something, we have an addition. Something, you know, like our CEO says, we're either getting better or worse, and because we want to keep getting better, guess what? There's a lot more work for these IT guys. So they're going to be there doing these kind of trainings for us. And the last part I want to talk about is the thing for the CDSC members only. Okay, it's an exclusive reception event at our CEO, with our CEO. Basically, they usually have some, you know, food and some hors d'oeuvres and champagne if you enjoy it, chocolate, and you know, it's just one of those kind of like getting up close and personal with our CEO, and you know, really getting even in deeper in his mind as what started this company, what brought us to where we are, and what really his visions are for the future, and so on. So I mean, it is unbelievable. So do not miss it. Renee, you've been there for every one of them in the past. So share with me why people should not miss this.
You know, Reza, you said the best, because I've been to every single one of these events from my first day in this business, and every time I'm at these events, you're always learning something new. You know, it's like, it's incredible how, you know, again, for a lot of people out there, they're always asking, you know, what's forensic? What's forensic? And I always tell them, you know, it's a system that's guaranteed to make you a monthly 5-figure income earner by following the system for, you know, 8 to 12 months. And here you have it, folks. You know, you've been asking for it. You've been asking for it. You've been asking for it. Now we have it. You know, our CEO is doing a full-day forensic training, and this is the exact training that people like myself, you know, Reza, Sean Hames, Lior, Sherry, Marino, the top leaders out there that have used to reach our incomes very quickly. And what's really crazy is that, you know, in other companies I've been part of the past, I never got a chance to, you know, even reaching certain ranks and levels, to get a chance to sit down, you know, sort of up and close in a private chat with the CEO. I mean, but this is how our CEO, Mr. Rami Masgarlu, he's always about being in the field, and to have a chance to even sit behind the man, you know, the man with the vision, who put all this together over 10 years ago in his basement, and to get a chance to sit down beside him and just hear him, you know, I mean, after days and days and hours of training at these events, you know, he must be exhausted, but he's still pouring and pouring and pouring. Now, can I complain about the chocolate fountain and the champagne and the hors d'oeuvres? No, that's like bonus. But what's real, that's like extra on top of everything. Because what I'm there for is that nice one-on-one time, you know, with a small group of people, to get a chance to just hear a lot more from the CEO. And it's those are the times when like leaders are just absolutely created and they're brought to the next level. So,
Well, we don't talk about, you know what, Renee? That chocolate fountain and the champagne and the hors d'oeuvres and all that is great. But what becomes with the greater satisfaction is that the events that we went through to get that, starting with Thursday night. Because Thursday night, we all know what it is all about. This is the mother of all tours. This is where people bring all their guests, bring all the prospects, and based on every year, it's been always mind-boggling, but especially this year, phase 6, we always say that every year, but it keeps getting better, so how could we, you know? So this year, maybe you want to touch on that, why that Thursday night is so important.
You know, that's basically what we call the money-making night. Because that's a night that you want to work the hardest to, you know, even leading a Thursday night, you want to be doing as many tours as possible, launching as many new LCs, because then you want those LCs to invite all of their people to attend a Thursday night mega tour. And again, you know, when you have energy in the room that high, and you see all the top, you know, you get a chance to be in front of all of the top leaders in the company in one room, and you get a chance to bring your prospects to go and meet Reza, to go and meet Sherry, go and meet Lior. You know, that's why we call it the money making it, because literally, you know, it's like 100% closing ratio, because they're seeing all these people face to face in person, shaking their hand, hearing their story, and it's your chance to get, you know, to let your prospects meet all the top leaders in the company. So, you know, to me, Reza, in the past, I've always made sure that, you know, I was hitting the phones like crazy weeks leading into Thursday Night Mega Tour.
Well, you know, we all know the kind of energies in the air, the excitement, the electricity, the kind of deliverance. It's just absolutely crazy. People come there, and like you said, damn near 100% launch ratio. People come there and start that night. So you want to, so Renee calls it money-making night. You want to make money. You want to expand your organization. You want to grow and explode. That's the night. But now, going into Friday for the forensic, I know people from all over the world, talking about, you know, well, when can I go to a forensic? How can I get my hands on forensic material? How can I, you know, is there a recorded version of it, or is there something, or, you know, we know it's only once a year or whatever it is. Well, guys, this is your chance. Do not miss that forensic. Like I said, I don't like to sit down in one place for too long. I'm glued to my chair on the forensic events. And you know what, like Renee said, we're always learning something new. There's stuff that I heard in the past, but all of a sudden, boom, it lights a light bulb in my head.
You know,
forensic is that great, so you want to share that.
Yeah, one thing I want to add as well is, you know, what always happens in these mega tours and these training is that a lot of your prospects or your newest LCs, you know, when they go into this room and they see hundreds of other people from all over the world, what happens for their mindset is they realize that this business is much more powerful and amazing than what they thought it would be. Now, one thing as well, folks, really important that, you know, I want to actually call back up upon our VP, and that's who we talk about, is that there's only a limited amount of tickets available for this event. So, Sanaz, would you have the numbers on how many tickets are available for this event?
Absolutely, Renee. So one of the things about this event is that the reason it took long, I don't know what's going on in Toronto. There's so many conferences, and we really had a difficult time even finding the right venue. We only have 300 tickets, ladies and gentlemen, and that being said, the tickets are only $49 at the early bird price. So you want to go tonight and buy your tickets. Also, we have a special. If you buy 5 tickets, you actually get the 6th one for free. So Renee, Reza, we know that your teams want to come, but 300 tickets is really not a lot. So you want to make sure you're right on top of your game right away, because I know tickets are going to sell out, and I don't want to, you know, I want to avoid disappointment. Our LCs are sometimes, you know, 11th hour people. They're waiting last minute to buy it. I'm telling you, go online, buy your ticket today, book your rooms right away. It's at the International Plaza Hotel, where we had our international convention. And thank you, Renee, for updating that as well. Individual tickets are only $49, and the group promotion is buy 5 tickets, get the 6th one for free. Back to you, gentlemen.
Only 300. There's going to be disappointment for sure for those that wait till the last minute. That's a guarantee.
There is no waiting last minute. If you're serious, you know, guys, I've never, and I know you guys have been doing this for a long time. Have you guys ever been to an event where, or a conference, or have you ever missed a conference, or do you know of any leaders that ever miss conferences? Absolutely
Never.
not.
Of course
You
not.
want to be there, you want to rub shoulders with people, you want to make sure you're sulking in, of course, the forensic training, of course, product training. I have so much goodies of product releases that are going to be coming. It's going to be absolutely insane. And the catalog release is going to be done here as well.
Oh, wow. Can't wait.
You know, I think one of the, I mean, one of the crazy things is that, you know, folks, I wouldn't be surprised if after tonight that the tickets will all be sold out. So if you don't want to take a risk of not having your ticket, what you want to do is you want to buy tickets literally, like, I mean, I wish I could actually not be presenting this PowerPoint and actually buy my ticket right now on the side, but make sure you buy tickets tonight, because the last thing you want to do is regret, you know, so don't sleep on it, you know, sleep is for the weak, don't procrastinate, buy your tickets right now. So, okay, on to the next major event, again, is Reza. Oh my goodness, when I found out that our next international convention, 2017, the 11th annual convention, is being held at the Niagara Falls Sheraton, I was just ecstatic because, you know, I had so many memories from, because again, when I got started, one of my very first events was a convention that was held at the Sheraton. And I still remember that whole weekend as if it was yesterday. So, I mean, Reza, can you please share more about this amazing convention happening next year, 2017?
Well, I'll tell you, that was my first convention as an active LC and my most memorable one. From our, you know, I remember we had this limo we organized for the team, and from the limo ride to the Niagara Falls, to the hotel, to ongoing, it was just memory that'll never go away. What a week it was, what a convention it was, and we were a very small company back then. So I could imagine what it would be like this time around. That is something that definitely, without a doubt, there's no such thing, there's no option. There is no option if you are half serious about anything that we do. We always emphasize on the convention. I have never missed a convention, not just GWT in general. Any business I was involved with, because I was serious with them, and convention was something that nothing could keep me away from a convention. Convention is what made me. Convention is what made Renee and every other top earner in this company. It is these conventions. So very, very important that regardless of your location, you need to be at this convention. With the Phase 6, I could just imagine, Renee, what it'd be like of all the, you know, the awards, the accomplishments, the record shatter to the new season for the new year for that. So it's going to be just absolutely crazy. I don't even know where to begin. So yes, do not miss that.
Like,
Well,
all I can say.
oh, go ahead, Renee.
Oh no, so I was just gonna say, you know, I mean, all I can say is that convention literally changes you. It really takes you to a whole new level in your business, and it makes you like 100 times more powerful, 100 times more confident, and you just literally, like, you change over those 2-3 days, and you realize, you know, you can see your life and just your dreams and your goals and your targets and the lifestyle you want to come in, because you just become a whole new person. So, you know, it's been known in stats, convention creates millionaires. So, Sanaz, yeah, please.
Well, I'll tell you guys, as I'm on this call, I just logged in for a second, and tickets are going crazy off the shelf. So definitely, before you guys go to sleep, order your tickets. And also this week, we're also going to be putting up the convention tickets for purchase as well. And again, we're super, super excited to welcome everyone to Toronto. And I think that was a really memorable night. I remember doing my Sunday night training, or Sunday morning training, and I saw all of you guys were just going to bed at like 6 a.m. You guys were all partying so hard at that conference. So our 11-year is going to be just as insane. But of course, you know what? It's in Niagara Falls. It's one of the amazing wonders of the world. And so those tickets are going live online this week as well.
Again, just to share with you guys, how I've always heard so many excuses of people, oh, I can't go because it's my birthday or this and that. To share with you guys, the October the 15th event is actually the day of my birthday. But again, when your commitment is strong and when you are committed to a business and you know that it's going to change your life, nothing can ever take you away from these events. So again, and for me, what a better way to spend my birthday than of course being trained by a VP on product training and releases. So, but again, folks, if you've been hearing me speaking and if you're wondering, well, why is Renee having a hard time talking? It's because I literally just bought a bunch of tickets myself as we're speaking because I know they're going to sell out really quickly. I literally just finished my order as I'm actually doing this training. So, and so I guess that pretty much covered all of our main trainings for today. Again, however, now it's time for Q&A. I did see a pile of questions coming on board. So, Sinaz, if you don't mind just sort of hanging on in case there are some questions that me and Reza cannot answer here. But really quickly, just some comments and questions coming in. Aero Trent saying, Posh, 100%, this is sick. Great stuff, thank you. And so, yes, the 7-day getaway is for real. Oh, Sarah, did you want to add something really quickly?
No, I've been reading them quickly as well, and I've been answering them as we've been doing the call to cover most of the answers.
Oh, okay, well, thank you so much. So yeah, I do see a lot of the answers being typed in here again. So one question that I did not see an answer so far, but was, if my new LC is from St. Lucia and want to do their getaway right here in St. Lucia, can they do that, like a staycation? And the answer is, of course you can, because you can, again, there's 3,000 locations to choose from. It doesn't have to be a different country. It could be the country you actually live in. So, for example, us here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, we can even book a resort stay in Canada. Now, by the way, if you have any brand new LC, or even yourself, that took advantage of the Diamond 7-day getaway, and again, you're going to be, at our events, that might be a possible way to use, again, your 7-day getaway. So, yeah, so again, a lot more comments coming in, that people are just blown away. They're saying that this $100 getaway is sick, for adding new people as well, too. When the new member joins and they get the getaway package, will they get some or any products, too? Again, so with the Diamond package, again, it does come with $3,600 worth of products, of course, and the actual VDM itself. To be exact, the Diamond package comes with $2,100 of IA towards buying products at your member's pricing. But again, if you have any more questions, please contact your My5 with those questions, and we can definitely help you answer those as well too. Junior asks the question: is a code transferable before the registration? So I believe, again, the answer is that once you register the code and you sign the names onto the actual code, it's non-transferable. So once you put the names on the actual code, it's non-transferable. Is that correct, Sinaz?
Yeah, but I think what Junior's question was is the trip transferable, let's say to his parents, for example, and the answer is yes, it is transferable. But once it gets registered, then it doesn't become transferable, like you said, Renee.
Oh, so someone can be a Diamond and decide to give the getaway to someone else. So as long as that other person, once they put their name on and registers it, then it cannot be changed. Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you.
There was a question which I think we should answer it to everybody. Someone asked, when someone joins as a Diamond and get their getaway package, will they still get the products? Well, see, the products has no getaway package. When you launch a Diamond or Gold or Palladium, whatever, you always get what you get. As an added bonus from our company, you get that getaway package. So let's not mix up the promotion with, so the promotion is the promotion. You become a Diamond, you get what you always get, plus the getaway.
Yes, thank you very much for that.
And the only change was that $1,000 bonus, but the Diamond package itself doesn't change.
Exactly, wonderful. Okay, so is there a chart to show how much we had to sell to become an RA, NA, and GA? And so, again, I'm not sure this already...
So that's going to become future training that was shared on CDSC, not on Sunday Call. So we'll cover that later.
Thank you very much for that.
Junior says, plus their trip, the free getaway that they got is 100% tax write-off. So if they are there spending some money or whatever, his tax write-off. So I guess.
Exactly. And, you know, again, just to understand the promotion, I mean, like 7-day getaway, it's such a much more exciting selling additional bonus than the $1,000 free products, right? So, okay, next question here is, again, the question is, I heard that the 1 IA equals 1 Canadian dollars for this phase. Is this true? So again, stay tuned for that change. It's not, again, out yet. Again, just stay tuned for that. Okay, it's going to be. So
We're
again,
actually doing the programming. Once the programming is done, we'll go over the IA conversions and launch that. So one of the things that you guys are probably seeing online is we're doing different types of releases. And now that I'm back again, we're going to work on more releases for you this week.
Wonderful. And next question here, oh, it's more of a comment. Product sales, this is great. Everyone wins. Thank you, team. That's from Errol. Katya asks, when is PV effective as, and will it be backdated or will it be effective as of now?
The PV, can you clarify that, Renee?
Yes, I think so. I think what they're asking is, like, it's more of a CDSE call that we have regarding some of the bonuses and incentives you get for the PV. I mean, PV is always there, but again, I think today's call was more to understand that we actually want to promote more PV because in the future, PV will have some, I guess, incentives and bonuses, correct, Sinaz? But as of right now, PV is
exactly.
PV.
It is, and what we're going to do is we are going to properly have a webinar for that. We're going to properly train you on that. We're going to tell you all of the effective dates. Remember, if we don't send out a blast email and we're not sharing it on our corp site, on Facebook, if we're not email blasting it, it is not launched yet. So the reason we're telling you is we're telling you what's coming in phase 6, but as we release them, we will be able to we will be sending out the information so you can go and book it right away.
So the question, maybe I don't know if it's relevant on what he says. The question, one of the question is the PV effective as of right away, or is it going to be backdated, or will it be effective as of now? And I think the answer was the 17th, right?
No, that's only for upgrading of diamonds.
Right.
So that's why we're not mixing all the promotions and releasing them at the same time, because we didn't want to have confusion. So right now the only ones that are done are basically zone pricing is done, the 100% IA is done, and effective as of the 17th of August, we also launched anyone who launched to take advantage of the 7-day getaway. Nothing else at this point is launched. So the PV is not launched yet, the renewal is not launched yet, but it is in the works and being programmed with our IT team, and we'll have more releases this week.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, stepwise, Sinaz, you're truly an inspiration to all of us. Endless pursuit, you always give 110% for every single one of us. One clear example is your strained voice tonight. Thank you, Ramin, Sinaz, and that. And whatever, I can't see the rest.
Thank you so much, Steph.
Yeah, and it says, and the fantastic corporate team for always improving and giving us everything that we need, and tenfold. One question, Reza, just came in before that comment really quickly. I think it was already answered, but again, PV has nothing to do with, basically nothing has changed in the sense of PV versus CV. It's just that in the future, PV will be more rewarded with extra bonuses and incentives in the future. But again, nothing has changed in terms of how PV is and what CV is. Okay, so that hasn't changed yet. Yeah, did you want to continue there, Reza, with Errol's, another comment there as well too, from Errol?
Well, there's another one I think we already answered, but it says, is there a chart to show how much we have to sell to become RA and AGA? That's, I don't know if you want to talk about it now, or we talk about it when it gets trained.
There is a chart for it, Reza. As I mentioned earlier on, we're not releasing that tonight, and we're not training that tonight. I promise, though, future trainings, we have it all set up for you guys.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, another one says, I heard that 1 IA equals 1 Canadian dollar for this phase. Is this true, or 1 IA is still Canadian 1.25? Well, from my understanding, there's no more IA. There's going to be all in dollar form in your back office, so there's no confusion there at all.
Yeah, but just to clarify that, no one's going to lose money. So, when we do the conversion, and you're going to basically see in your back office, one basically right now is equivalent to 1.25. So when we do the conversion, if you have 1,800 points, for example, we'll convert that to 1.25 multiplied by 1.25, but you'll be able to see everything in a dollar value in your back office. So it will be, the conversion will be at the 1.25.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And it says, all right, that's just a compliment.
We have great promo tools from Errol. Stephanie Wise asks, will the media accolades be available for purchase in packages on their own eventually?
They are available in the back office for purchase.
Right, as an individual package, correct? Not with other tools? Okay.
Well, you can buy the gift certificate separately. You can buy the comp plan book separately. You can basically download your own surveys and applications. So, yeah.
And there's another one that says, I love the prospecting pack. Any time frame on when the prospecting pack will be available, which is already available. And also, when can we find out the ins and outs of advancing to diplomat, etc., which we already answered that. So
I love how everyone is excited on, the selling of the PV to go, and I promise you guys, we are working to get it done, and when we get it launched, it's going to be absolutely insane. But I promise you guys, we are working on it.
So Renee, go ahead, read Errol's next comment.
Yeah. He said, are we able to do this email package for online tours, promo pack? And again, all these things here are already available for download. Most of them are already. And so you can send that, for your online tours. And so hopefully that answers your question there, Errol. We do have a lot of these tools, again, available for download already. Just some other comments saying, yeah! And this is, I think it's like a, yeah. And then someone said this is the first time for the networker training in Farsi. Yeah, I'm very excited there as well too. Kelly says, amazing training as always. So can you please share about the 5 tickets and getting the 6th one for free? In this case, should only one person buy them for all? Again, it's really up to you guys how you want to coordinate the tickets. If you want to buy a block of 5, have 6 people divide it. If you want to have 5 and then you sell them and you have yours for free, it's really up to you how you want to do that.
Exactly.
Basically, on the website, you buy 5, you get 1 for free. Up to you how to figure that out. And definitely, if I were you guys, you could put some incentives together for your teams to get to qualify for these free tickets. But again, even without these incentives, you should be buying it anyways for yourself anyhow. Because if you do happen to get a free ticket somehow, you can give it to someone else to come with you to the event as well too. So.
Okay, Robert Watterson says he just bought his tickets too.
Oh, oh, and Leo asks, when will tickets be for sale for the International 2017 convention?
This week.
This week. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
And Kelly Ferreira says, thanks in advance. I believe that's Winnipeg, Renee?
Yes, it is, yeah. And Carmel says, you truly do take care of all of us. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Again, the question from Gaskelin about the IE points again, there really is not going to be, again, when you see the flyer for that change, then you'll know it's been affected. But again, just please send a message on your My5 about the new change for the IA point. There really is no difference. It's just to make it easier to understand how the commission works in the back office. Okay, so there's really not much change going on. It's not been changed yet. But again, ask me your My5, please. Thank you.
All right. Well, Kirchner wants to know, Kirchner Dolce from Ottawa wants to know, will their rooms be blocked off for GWT members like they've always been? The answer, I think, is yes. Sanaz?
Yes, this week, again, we're going to be blasting that out. The first one was getting all your tickets, and this week we will send you all of the room details for your booking needs.
But the question was, they're going to be blocked off for GWT members?
Yes, yes, and as a special rate as well.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Oh,
Renee?
so this is actually a very interesting question by Ivy. So Sanaz, let's say someone in the past launched to gold, so they're currently gold status. Maybe they had in the past, earned some rewards, like they owed the previous Diamond Rush, and they got a free upgrade to gold. If they now pay the difference to upgrade from gold to diamond, do they still qualify for the getaway?
If they basically became a gold by the Diamond Rush you're talking about?
Yeah, but then they paid the upgrade from gold to diamond.
To diamond. Yes, I think the answer is yes. But Sanaz?
The answer is should Yes, but because it's a promotion over promotion, we could take a look at it.
Right.
So the answer would be send in a support ticket for now, just to...
Yeah, tentatively we'll say yes, but they can send in a support ticket and we'll definitely look at it because usually you can combine two promotions, but send it and we'll take a look at it because again, the rule was, Ramin said, if they upgrade from whatever package they are to a diamond, they will qualify as for the no member left behind.
Okay.
All right. Well, the next question is how much do we have to sell to become a diplomat or ambassador? Well, the chart will be out soon, like we mentioned a little bit earlier, so a little bit of patience, folks.
Yep, and Emmanuel asks, if I launch a new VDM as a diamond, he or she has the benefit the 7 days getaway. The answer is yes, absolutely. For the brand new people, they have, again, the 30 days from the join date.
All right. Well, Pete Chapoil says, thank you, Sanaz, Renee, and Reza for your updates, the clarification. You're most welcome.
Okay, and Junior asks, is the renewal IA rebate now effective?
No, this week we'll be launching it when the programming is done, as I mentioned. As we launch, we'll send you guys blast emails.
Thank you.
Well, Renee, you want to read the next one there?
Yep, Aaron Speen says, yes, Sanaz is simply amazing. So blessed to have her here in Alberta. Thank you, Sanaz. All the exclamation marks, right? Much love from Alberta and Western Canada. E&E in full swing from the Western leadership in Canada.
All right. Well, Robert wants to know, I think he wants to go to St. Lucia conference. And Robert Watterson, he wants the location and the venue for St. Lucia conference. That I don't even know myself, but we will make it...
Actually, you know what? Renisha has been working on that, Reza. I can clarify that. But okay. I do want to go back and I want to recognize Western Alberta. I mean, what an amazing 4 days that I've had there. As you guys can all see, I've totally lost my voice. I am totally E&E myself, excited and exhausted. I mean, I spent so much amazing time. We had so many amazing breakthroughs. I want to congratulate the leadership core. I want to congratulate all of the luxury consultants that flew in, drove in. I had people that had driven, you know, even from Ontario. I had people that drove in